Wow, I have seen, look at that. I found a crayfish. Ever told you how a propeller works? Can't tell you again. That made it clear.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
I hate you sometimes.
And today's one of them.
Today. Morning. Welcome to the Rushall Canal on a very wet and murky morning. Pushing on for Chasewater today. Let's get up to that. The source of a lot of this water is coming from there. You know me, I like an early start. It's now 11 a.m. and the reason for that is because I'm a bit hungover. So we've stayed over adjacent to a friend of mine's and had a bit too much last night. It included whiskey, which never ends well. Anyway, I woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning. Thought, oh right, okay, it's going to be one of those early morning things, and then promptly I fell back to sleep and woke up not too long ago. So and Mrs Lumsden in a similar situation. She's not quite as drunk as what I might have been. Hello.
Good morning. I haven't got my mic on.
Can you shout then?
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're both a bit jaded.
I'm not jaded.
Oh, I'm jaded.
You had copious amounts of whiskey, ridiculous amounts of whiskey, whereas I didn't.
All right, I've admitted to that.
Good.
I'm not hiding anything. So we've only got about a 3.5 to 4 hour cruise today, just a couple of locks, but again it's all uncharted territory for us, so nice, and I'll get as much as that recorded as possible and try and give you some information or lie, just make something up as we go along, but no doubt there'll be lots of nattering. Alright, here we go. Oh, we're looking very colourful today, aren't we?
Thanks.
The bright orange and your bright pink. See us coming.
Felt Mother Nature needs a little bit of help today without the sun.
That was a nice little secret mooring, wasn't it?
It was lovely.
Yes. We're always a bit unsure as to where we were going to moor. Out this way, it's not great. So we went on the offside. So yeah, we're just on the outskirts of Walsall at the moment. The Rushall flight. These canals out here have been extremely straight. So the whole Tame Valley Canal was extremely straight, double tow path. When we came onto the Rushall Canal, again, extremely straight. When we get to the top of here, what that junction's called that we are approaching, Longwood Junction. It then starts to go a bit more curly-whirly. But looking forward to going to Chasewater. You haven't been, have you?
I haven't.
Right, because I did that vlog earlier in the year where I just went by car up to Chasewater and did a little bit of a mission. And that's where I recognised the mooring that I thought I need to take my boat there.
So is that where we're going today?
That's where we're going. I've ever told you how a propeller works. Can't tell you again. A lot of people like that might not know. So when the water's very shallow and you feel yourself dragging along the bottom sometimes, there's a tendency to think I need to go faster. But because the propeller's not pushing you as such, the propeller is pulling water from under the boat out through the prop, therefore propelling you forward. Propeller is the opposite word. And so if it's shallow, by increasing the revs of the actual propeller, all you're doing is trying to take even more water from under the boat. So in effect, it starts to suck towards the bottom. Whereas if you just relax off the prop, if you had no propeller running at all, generally most boats could just continue gliding along and be better just on the pole, just punting yourself along. As soon as you start that prop, you start to draw water from under the boat, and therefore you get out. That's why boats on rivers and areas that are much deeper, they glide along effortlessly. You go a lot faster with less prop. That made it clear.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
I hate you sometimes. You see in the mist up there, that's a lock.
Cool.
There you go, that's the two locks at the top end of the Rushall flight. We're now at Junction, Longwood Bridge. Been able to drop off some rubbish here, so that's been handy. Nice boat club here, quite popular. There's an arm, goes in that direction over there. So when we go under this bridge, we've then gone to the, what's spelt D-A-W, the Daw End Branch. But I know the locals, it's a black country thing potentially, call it the Daw End, not Daw End, Daw End. So we're on the Daw End Branch, or about to go onto the Daw End Branch. Yeah, I think we're about 3 hours from here up to Chasewater. I've come over this bridge so many times in my car. Kind of Sutton Coldfield is in that direction, Walsall is in that direction, and so we're back onto the more winding, curly sort of canals that I quite prefer. The long straights are obviously very purposeful, weren't they? Very efficient, but they don't have the same charm as the canals that sort of meander around. Quite a nice canal actually. This is the Daw End Branch. It's a bit narrow in places, it's a bit twisty. The worst thing about it, it's very shallow, or it feels very shallow. It kind of feels like we're trying to cruise uphill a little bit. It's just the boat's just not flowing. There's a lot of that sort of duckweed, pondweed stuff on the top as well, that green stuff, and that really clogs the prop. It doesn't foul it. It doesn't. But you know, every couple of 100 yards I'm just having to run it in a bit of reverse for a few seconds and then back into drive, and it sort of clears. It's like when you go through a lot of leaf litter, sometimes clogs the prop. It doesn't need a weed hatch visit, but it's typical dodgy prop. That's the sort of prop wash that you get when stuff's all stuck in it. Give it a bit of reverse. You'll do. Should now clean up. Got momentum. There we go. So now you can see it's a much more even spread. There's always going to be bubbles, but it's even. It's just going straight out the back instead of squashing out the sides and just generally being a pain. But you can see the sort of stuff we're going through. This was the route we chose, so this is what it's going to get. You okay?
Yeah.
been condemned. Shame, 'cause it's quite a nice spot. Must be a story behind that. This is us approaching Catshill Junction now. So this marks the end of the Daw End. There's like the Rushall Canal became the Daw End Canal, the Daw End Branch. Now at Catshill Junction, this becomes the Worley and Essington, and we're going to go right onto the section that takes us to what's called the Angelsey Branch of the Worley and Essington ultimately. By surprise a bit, didn't it, all that? Well done though, missus. Got yourself out of a bit of a fix. So it's the Worley and Essington, but it's the Angelsey Branch. Well, it will become the Angelsey Branch.
Anglesey in Wales?
No, it was the that Anglesey is in Wales. But it's called the Angelsey Branch because of the Earl of Anglesey. I think it was the Earl of Anglesey, or it was a titled person, and that he owned the collieries that were just along from Chasewater. So he recognised, because Chasewater was built and there wasn't a canal, it was a feed, like a feed of water down to here, down to Ogley Junction, which we're going to go through in a minute. But Angelsey decided that, well, if I just dig this trough out a bit more, so instead of it just being a stream of water, let me create a canal, and then I can move my coal from my collieries, from my pits. Hence why it was called Angelsey Basin and the Angelsey Branch. Here you go.
Thank you.
I know my shizzle, you know. So that's Chester Road, A452. So this is Ogley Junction, which is the other end of the canal from where we moor. We're more down on the Coventry Canal, on the dead bit of the Worley and Essington, and ultimately it used to come to here. So there's a finger post at the end of our moorings that points to Ogley Junction, and that's obviously where it will one day come through again. There you see on that post, Huddlesford Junction, Lichfield and Helen Canals Restoration Trust. we're nearly there. This is the toll road above us, M6 toll, and then literally about, I don't know, quarter of a mile, half a mile. Look how misty it is here. Unless it's smoke. I think it's mist. You see that metal thing on the side over there?
Yeah.
That was one of the coal loading points. So his mines were all here, the Angelsey coalfield or whatever it was. And they're the old chutes, so he's put a boat up there and load the hull of the narrowboat. They've got some history, they have. I think this is as far north as you can get on the BCN. You look absolutely captivated by the facts and figures that I've given you. Have you got a bit of a hangover?
No,
No.
I didn't drink like you though.
Must have just been me. Naughty Tom. Kept charging my glass. I don't very often have whiskey. I have the odd glass down, so I just you know, because I want to try a new whiskey or something.
But your glasses last night, you had about that much in
I know,
each one.
I know. I remember.
What's
I
this
remember.
here?
It's just like an old
No,
a runoff, isn't it? Where they put a grill over it. This on this side is like an overspill for Chasewater. So there's like a channel goes all the way up to the top of the dam. So if the dam gets too heavy, it spills over and down.
So the dam's on the other side of that?
No, the dam is dead ahead. That goes round a corner and up to where the dam is. You can see the top wall of the dam there, where the
Oh yeah.
so that's the dam, and that's our mooring down there.
What, next to that house?
Yeah. This is beautiful though, isn't it? Nice,
It's lovely.
nice mooring. This is crystal clear as well, because it's fed from the reservoir. You see. See, if there'd have been another boat here, they'd have struggled, wouldn't they?
So where do you moor?
Where the wall is. The only thing that spoils it is the sound of the M6 toll, isn't it?
And you're snoring.
Yes. I don't know that he is fishing.
This is lovely. It's wide but smaller.
Isn't it? It's called Angelsey Basin.
Good choice. Not too keen on the journey here, but the destinations were.
But that was the whole reason, guess why I wanted to do it. I wanted a bit of a challenge.
What do you need me to do?
I set off the centre line on the can.
This side, yeah.
Yeah. Once we get to the wall. Now, you know, we talk about beautiful moorings. I mean, that's the running. Look at this for a mooring. The very northern end of the Birmingham Canal Navigations, and that's the dam at Chasewater Reservoir that feeds this top end of the navigation. It's absolutely splendid here. Look at that. And here's where the water's coming in from up there. And that's where we're moored. Originally known as Norton Pool, Chasewater sits at 499 feet above sea level. So the reservoir was created by damming several inflows of water. You had Chasewater Brook, you had Norton Brook, you had Little Crane Brook, and you had Big Crane Brook. Now, as you can see, it's a massive piece of water. It's the third largest stretch of water within Staffordshire. It has a 270-acre surface area. Its average depth is 11 foot and its maximum depth is 37 foot. It holds 4.4 billion litres of water. Collective term for coots, do you think? A commune of coots. A chaos of coots. How stunning is that then? There's our boat. Beautiful little view, isn't it?
Very autumnal.
So as you know, I do quite like my alternative drone, but it also doubles up as an underwater camera. And when the water's really clear, I like to have a little look at what's there. So let's do that. And it's at this point I always worry, is the GoPro still waterproof? I can see something down there, a big white, something white on the bed. It's the fish I like to see. Who's left that there? That's a can of something. Definitely a lot shallower here. Under the boat. In here, I can see a canoe paddle. because that's really deep in there. That's really clear. Is that a scaffold pole or something? Don't know. See what we can see under the prop. When I do this, I have no idea what I'm going to see until I download it off the card. Just point and hope, you know. I can see some dirty humans have been dropping their barbecue, disposable barbecue trays straight in there. That's really, really sensible, isn't it? Really responsible and sensible. They probably had their kids with them as well, and then learnt behaviour, zero respect of anything, environment. Wow, I have seen, look at that. I found a crayfish. Look at that. Look at him. Look how happy Mrs Lumsden is. She loves seeing wild deer. Oh, spooked. I know. Look at their faces. Watching you. That one that did a little run.
Sorry.
The one that did the little run away is properly watching you. So if you haven't watched our previous two vlogs, I strongly suggest you do. You'll see a lot of heartache that we had to endure to get through to where we've got to now. But my God, this is what it's all about. This makes it all worthwhile. What a beautiful moment. Come on then. So as ever, thank you so much for watching. Do please give us a little like, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do. See you next time.